everybody. I'm at Lake Proserpine and I'm here for a couple of nights. I stayed at Sea Falls for 3 days. It was just lovely. And this is my view right from the van. So this is, I said, Lake Proserpine. People come water skiing, jet skiing. There's a campground, there's glamping. A few people around today. So this is it, the next campsite. Good morning, everybody. I am at the Big Mango. And believe me, it is big. It's enormous. Don't know if that shows you quite how big it is, but yeah, it's pretty big. I've left Home Hill this morning and Apple Maps have taken me along a gravel road for 46 kilometres. So this is what it's going to be like. I'm trying to find the sweet spot where the road's the smoothest, but I can't always find it. So the van is rattling away, but it's always an adventure. Kilometres to go. Can't wait to pull up at Ravenswood. It has been a journey and a half. I've only passed one car. The road hasn't been too bad, but I still have to make sure I concentrate. There's always cows at the side of the road and you won't see any now. And apparently I'm coming up to a really steep hill that is no access for caravans and trucks. And I'm assuming big trucks, but not my van. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, some gravel again. I mean some bitumen again. There's the cows.
step. You don't have to wait.
Hi everybody. Last night I stayed at Home Hill. I didn't film. Tiny little town. It's actually really sad. A lot of the shops are closed. It just looks like it's dying. It's a dying town. So I stayed there for the night. The visitor centre has a really lovely comfort stop, they call it, and there's toilets and showers, green space, picnic tables, bins, plenty of room for lots of caravans and motorhomes. Can't tent there. And I assume they've done it to try and get the grey nomads to come back into the town and start, you know, spending some money there. I did. I went and bought some groceries and some fresh bread, but it's just dead and there wasn't anything to do. So I didn't film. But I've come out to Ravenswood, which is west of Townsville. I used to come out here between the ages of 14 and 17, 15 and 18, something like that. My best friend at the time, her family owned the old pub, or one of the old pubs in Ravenswood. There's two. So I thought I'd come out here and have a look around and just reminisce. We used to go to dances up at the hall once a month, and I used to surf behind the bar. And this is where I first learned to drive, where I had my first puff of a cigarette. It was a great place to come and spend a weekend up here, and we just explored, and total freedom and being out in the country. It was wonderful. So I'm going to have a walk around and I'll show you some of the places that's in Ravenswood. Again, not a huge town. I'll put the population down, but yeah, it's a town that has good memories, so I'm going to go and explore. So this is my camp spot, and I'm just parked here in the car park of the pub, and you can do that as long as you go and have a meal. So I'll go and have a bite to eat here. So the hotel, there's two, the cream one over there in the background and the brown one here, and the brown one is the Imperial, I think. God, now I've got a mental blank on what it's called. And that's where we used to come and stay of a weekend when we came out to Ravenswood. And up there is the hall, the kind of light apricot, the hall where we used to have the dances. And this is the main street of Ravenswood. It's not much. Yes, the Imperial. I had a mental blank for a minute. That's actually not the other pub. For some reason I thought it was. It's where a coffee shop is, but it used to be, I think, a lolly shop, and they had a general kind of store. I think the other pub's down the road, but yeah, they've now got a little coffee shop in there. That's the post office, and where you can get some petrol. A lot of the buildings in Ravenswood are heritage listed because it's an old mining town, and it was in the 1800s that it was actually created, or it started, people started living here. I'll put some facts about Ravenswood on the screen. (1886). Gorgeous. That's the old courthouse. It's now a museum. When I said before about the town being created, I meant settled. I couldn't think of the word. That's the other pub. And from memory, I think it was called the Railway. Oh, maybe not. Oh, how's that? I remembered. The old hotels are such gorgeous looking buildings. I assume this was the Ravenswood train station. Well, I'm assuming because there's a train there and looks like an old building. Yes, it is. It's the old railway station. I thought there might have been a mine around here somewhere because I've seen some mine cars going through the town. So I'm going to find out what the mine is and what it's mining for. The old ambulance building, built in 1902, and it's still being used apparently for flying doctors when they come into town. That's the Imperial Hotel, and the photo that I'm dropping on the screen shows there used to be shops next to it, but they're there no more. This is the old hall that used to have dances on once a month that we used to come up for from Townsville. There are wild peacocks. I assume they're wild. I'll have to ask the people at the pub tonight if they belong to the pub or if they are wild. Fact about peacocks, only the male has the big colourful tail. The plain one in the back, at the back is the female. Gee, I'd love to capture one of them with their, or not capture them as in take a photo of them with one of their, all their feathers out. That would be incredible. Good morning, everybody. I'm in Townsville. I came up from Ravenswood late yesterday. I had no power, no service, and I only had SOS. I couldn't do anything. So I decided to come up to Townsville to a caravan park, and I will go and catch up with my girlfriend, Kathy. Hi, Kathy. This afternoon, and see her and stay the night at her place and then head further north. I'm in the Big 4 caravan park, and this is what it looks like. It's a nice spot. In a non-powered site, and that's Castle Hill over in the background. That's where we used to go up as teenagers and hang out, and used to ride motorbike up there. Friend's motorbike. So I'm looking forward to exploring Townsville again and seeing it. I haven't been here for 22 years, so I'm sure there's going to be changes, particularly down at the Strand. And I'll go and have a look at our old homes, and then, as I said, catch up with Kathy this afternoon. So I will check in with you later. Cheers. I'm in Townsville, and this is the Strand, and it's very windy, and across the bay is Magnetic Island, where I spent a lot of time as a teenager. It's amazing how much the Strand has changed, but I suppose you'd expect something like this to change in 30 odd years. It's been a long time since I've been here, and I used to live on the Strand somewhere around about here in a little apartment, but it's been pulled down and they've made way for lots of hotels and high rises, and not high rises like the Gold Coast. I think it's only 3 or 4 levels they can go up. But yeah, this used to be my old stomping ground as a teenager. Oh my God, I just found the apartments I used to live in. That's them there. They used to be brown, and I lived in that top, oh my finger, top little apartment in there. I can't believe it, they're still there. Wow, that's insane. I thought for sure they were pulled down. I'm up at Castle Hill, on top of Castle Hill, and I forgot as I was driving up how windy and narrow the road is. And that's Magnetic Island over there. This was the old house at Yarrawonga, or Yarrawonga Boulevard, or whatever it's called, that we lived in, and it looks nothing like what it did when we were there. All the garden is all established. It had no garden. It didn't have the balcony off the building, off the top floor. But yeah, that's our first home, Mum. First home. I don't know why I said first home. That was one of our homes in Townsville. How different does it look? And I can remember that was the view. And from memory, there weren't that many houses over this side. We had a much better view. Oh, actually, it would have had a better view because on the top floor was a lounge room and we looked out over the ocean. But the garden is incredible. Look at that tree. when I came to this school, there was about 400 students. Not sure how many there is now. That used to be a road that you could go down that they've blocked off. Interesting. This was the house I grew up in during high school, when I lived in high school at Cowrie, K-A-U-R-I, Cowrie Court. And that's the house where I used to babysit. The people had a little girl and I babysit her. But yeah, that's our house. Not many changes. Carport. Obviously trees have grown, but yeah, not that different. I used to love living in this court, and one of my closest friends lived in that house, and we would spend hours riding our bikes and going swimming in our pool. Hi everybody. I'm trying to get rid of the glare from my glasses because the sun's coming in where I'm sitting, where the van is. But anyway, that's the end of this video. Take care. Love you all. Miss you. Be kind. And I'll see you in the next one. Hi, my darling grandbabies. I'm going to read, Oh Dear, Look What I Got. This book is by the same people who wrote We're Going on a Bear Hunt. And they wrote, Oh dear, look what I got. Oh. I went to the shop to get me a carrot. Oh dear, they gave me a... they gave me a parrot. Oh dear, look what I got. Do I want that? No, I do not. I went to the shop to get a hat. Oh dear, they gave me a... What did they give her? A cat. Oh dear, look what I got. Do I want that? No, I do not. I went to the shop to get me a coat. Oh dear, they gave me a... What do you think rhymes with coat? A goat. Oh dear, look what I got. Do I want that? No, I do not. Oh, she's getting all these things that she doesn't want. I went to the shop to get me a cake. Oh dear, they gave me a... What do you think they gave her that rhymes with cake? A snake. They gave her a snake. Oh dear, look what I got. Do I want that? No, I do not. I went to the shop to buy a chair. Oh dear, they gave me a... What's they... Oh, I've missed a page. Hang on. I have missed a page. They gave me, instead of a chair, they gave me a bear. Oh dear, look what I got. Do I want that? No, I do not. I went to the shop to get me a cup. Oh dear, look what I got. They gave me a pup, a wriggly pup. That chased the bear, that stepped on the snake, that hissed at the goat, that butted the cat, that startled the parrot, that squawked and flew. Oh dear, what shall I do? Oh dear, what shall I do? Knock, knock, who's there? I wonder who. Do I want this? Does she want the parrot and the hat and the coat and the cake and the chair and the cup, all the things she wanted? Yes, I do. And look, they're all dancing. So she finally got all the things she wanted. Not a parrot, not a bear, not a goat, not a snake, not a pup, but all the things she wanted. The end. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh dear, look what I got. Love you all.